everyone. Thank you. I'd like to speak with you today about decentralizing transportation. That sounds like a big term to talk about, but I'll explain exactly what it means and also exactly how we're doing it and what exactly we're doing. I think when you're starting to understand blockchain and starting to understand the real philosophy of what blockchain enables us to do, you get this thing that you start to look at different networks that exist around the world, and you start to look for these places where there is an intermediary around these networks or in the center of these networks that is taking a lot of value for themselves. Some intermediaries that might not be needed in a blockchain world as much as they were needed when that network was created. So in the context of transportation, we're starting to look at networks like Uber, like Lyft, Grab, and Didi. Now, what do these networks allow people to do? What do these networks allow drivers and passengers to do? They allow them to find each other. They allow them to communicate and agree on a transaction. They facilitate a type of a bidding process, and they allow them to pay each other. Now, what if we could do all of that using blockchain, using a token, using a protocol that enables all of that? Now, these are just the existing networks. Let's talk about networks that have not even yet been built, but we know that are coming. These are networks for vehicles that have not even yet entered the market. And I'm talking, of course, about autonomous vehicles. Now, anyone who knows the car industry understands that every large and small car manufacturer has plans or already is developing an autonomous car. Everyone. Besides that, we have drones, autonomous drones, delivery drones. All of those vehicles are now being developed, are now being worked at. They're going to gradually enter the market. Now, these networks for these types of vehicles have not even yet been built. So if we did have this protocol that enables people and vehicles to communicate, to discover each other, to agree on transportation transactions, and to employ each other this way, then that would be the perfect setup for these vehicles to enter the market. So we started building it. The DAV protocol is a blockchain-based language that vehicles and users can use in a completely decentralized way to find each other. Who are the vehicles around me? Whether they are autonomous or they have drivers around them, we can use the same language to discover them peer-to-peer. Who is around me? Will you take me from here to here? How much will it cost? All that bidding process. And, of course, settlement, payment using the DAV token. So DAV protocol enables all of that. This is just kind of a summary on why we're doing this and what does it mean to decentralize transportation. Now, I'd like to quickly go over a few things that we've already started building using this protocol, using this language. The first use case, be your own Uber. What we're doing is not only developing the protocol, but we're starting to show the world what can be done using the protocol. So our team is actually working with other developers. We have over 150 developers in our GitHub, in our open source repository, working on different use cases for what can be done with the DAV protocol. So open source, decentralized ride sharing, ride hailing, that's one of the things we're working on. Open source, peer-to-peer drone delivery app. This seems really into the future. I'll show you later a few companies that have already started integrating this protocol and this application into their products. The way it works is we open the phone, we see what kind of drones are hovering around us or are available in another way around us. We get a bid for a delivery mission, we sign a smart contract, and the mission is on the way. Eventually, DAV tokens will be paid for that delivery mission. The same protocol can be used for finding charging around us. So now the drone is finished the mission and it needs to be charged. It can search for charging stations around it in the same way that we found the drone earlier. We introduced open source route planning for the drones or for the drivers. AI-based route planning that makes the trip efficient, that makes the trip more profitable. When a company has AI-based route planning, for example, that they want to introduce to the Uber network, they cannot do that. Uber is a very closed system. But if we offer an open source version of that, then they can integrate that capability as a plugin and compete inside this market. And search and rescue. We can make use of autonomous robots that are gaining more and more capabilities for actually employing them in the network. So in this case, we employed the robot to start scanning a certain area, a certain perimeter, and find something that we've lost, hopefully not a drone. We're working with the Maritime University in California, integrating the DAV protocol into their autonomous boat. So that boat is now able to get paid for missions. This is actually happening now. We're sending it to take pictures of specific sites, and it gets paid in tokens for that. So a boat gets paid cryptocurrency. These are the companies that are currently working on implementing the DAV protocol. They're part of the DAV Alliance. Now, implementing the DAV protocol doesn't cost them anything. It's free, it's open. They don't even need our permission to use it. That's part of the magic. But obviously, being some of the first companies to get in and start adopting it, they get a lot of support from us. This is our job, to encourage that and to increase the network of companies that use it. And it's better for everyone. So, before I finish, just a few examples of companies that are adopting the protocol. This is another drone company here in Singapore, actually. They use drones to scan buildings, high-rises. Here in Singapore, they have a license from the government to fly in these dense areas because their drones are considered safe enough. And their drones are now gaining the capability to receive tokens for those missions. So someone could actually own these drones and make money from owning those drones by making them available for these types of missions. This is a German company called SkySense. They've started using the DAV protocol in their charging stations. So what we were actually able to do is get a drone company that's using protocol to charge their drones on this charger that's using protocol. The German company and the drone company have never negotiated any deal. They don't have any contract, but their vehicles are collaborating because they use a common language. This has actually been done and tested. Just a quick word about us. For this kind of huge vision that we're trying to fulfill, we are using some of the best minds in both blockchain and transportation. Our advisory team come from top-tier organizations such as NASA and Ethereum and General Motors and SAP and UPS and Cisco and Ford and IBM. These are people that are not just there to have their faces on our website. They are actually a big help and a big support to these companies that I showed you earlier when they want to go to market with new innovative products. They are actually able to help them because they are very well-connected people, they're very experienced people, they have a lot of industry knowledge. These are our open source developers, one of the things we're most proud about because we feel that to create something that is bigger than ourselves, we need to encourage a community that is bigger than ourselves. So we have 20 people on our team, but we have over 150 people working on the project because they're excited about it, and this number is increasing every single day. That's it. Thank you for your time, and